Peace to the family. It's Brother Polight, and I'm excited to speak to you guys this morning. Very, very excited. Today's session is Black people got every color card except for black cards. You got red cards, you got blue cards, you got green cards. You got hopefully you got your green card. But you got all these different color cards, but you don't got a black card. So we want to speak about that. We want to speak about it because it's a conversation that needs to be had, because it's not a common conversation that we have. Peace of the family, peace of the family. You know, gotta hit you with these non-stop free classes. That's a fact. Can't have you out here hanging. Yeah, gotta hit you with these non-stop free classes. That is a fact. So first and foremost, let me put in this information for you. BrotherPolight45@gmail.com. Your full name and phone number. For consulting, conscious advisory. Okay. Yeah, let me say this to some people too. Let me say this to people just to get this out the way. Quite often, people say, "Man, we want to see you in the same location." They say, "We want to see you in the same location all the time. How come your location always keeps changing?" Well, that's a room there. That's another room there. It's called the suite. All right? It's called the suite. And the reason why it changes is two main reasons. One, I have multiple wives. So I may be streaming from the condo or the house of a different wife. Two is I travel quite often. I was just in New York yesterday. Okay? Now I'm in Florida. And I'll be traveling yet again in a few days. So I'm constantly moving around because I constantly have private sessions that I'm doing, motivational speaking that I'm doing different places. So when the schedule is like that, I normally design my schedule in such a way that I can move consistently, because I don't like moving once and then coming back. I like to just be on the move. If I got somewhere to go, I understand I'm going to have 5 to 10 places to go when I got somewhere to go. If not that, I'm staying put where I'm at. That's how I do it. Okay? So that is the answer. Because people say that, like, "Yo, man, he always somewhere different." Well, I don't make my monies off of YouTube in a sense where I come up with gossip, I sit there and I break it down. If you're making money off of gossip, if that's your hustle for now, then so be it. If that's your hustle for now, so be it. Not looking to knock you. But I can't sit down and put up a sheet in the background and be like, "This is the Brother Polight Show," per se, because I don't have that type of lifestyle. And the type of money that I make and the type of businesses that I'm involved in, it doesn't warrant it. If it was the type of business that warranted it, then you'll see me with the Brother Polight Show in the background. You know, hopefully I don't want to say hopefully I'm never in that position. It depends on the circumstances that surround the situation. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the situation. That's all. It just depends. So to each his own. It's all good. You know, I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling you the way I move and what I have going on. I gotta bust moves. I don't like staying still, and I got family, so I got to be around this family member sometimes and that family member around that time, and I keep the knowledge afloat. And if it's important for me to keep the same background in order to teach, then I believe you won't qualify to make it to the next lessons. So that's it. Just building about that. Yeah, some people just, they have nothing else going. All they can't do is just stay in the house and do what they do. And like I said, some people, that's not a bad thing. They making money at home. I'm not knocking it. That's great. We just have different lifestyles. That's all that is. We have different lifestyles. Next thing, the master course. We have the master course one more week. It's August 24th. August 24th. Before that price goes up officially, it's $150 discounted rate. You'll get this data in more elaborate detail, and I say that because I'm going to open it up for question and answers. So when y'all tune in for these free streams, the course is ideal to sneak in some of the other questions you may have from previous free courses. The master course will entail the various subject matters pertaining to credit restoration. We will talk about getting the black cards, and we will talk about the trust, how to make monies off the trust, retitle property, asset protection, creating your own pensions. We got a lot to deal with. And we're also going to be dealing with that holistic health. We got a lot to deal with. Okay, so we're going to put this together. It's going to be very important that we get this done. Black cards. Black people got every color card, but they don't got black cards. Remember, you go to brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. You leave your full name. Leave your full name and your phone number. Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. You leave your full name, your phone number. And make sure you subject it. Make sure you put in the subject, hey, don't put your number and say nothing, because no one's going to reply. If you want a fast reply, you put your full name, your phone number, and say, I want consultations on such and such, or, I want conscious advisory. That is the long version to consultation. That's what I'm coaching you month to month. Or you say, I want to get access to the courses. I want to buy it before that price goes up. Because after this weekend, the price is $225, and the course commences on August 24th, Sunday. So let's make sure we get that going. Just making sure you got that for your informational sake. But black people got black cards. Black people got black cards. Damn, I want to let me see if I could use this. Black people got black cards. I know what to do. Black people got black cards. Black people, pardon me, got every color card except for black cards. Black people got every color card except for black cards. That's the issue. My view, yeah. It ain't Beverly Hills, but it's still litty. I'm used to my palm trees, man. Everybody's knocked out. Traveling state to state can knock the family out, man. Perfect. Just trying to set this thing up where I don't have to hold the phone. Okay. Let's get it. So, let's talk about those black cards, shall we? You got a red Bank of America card, a red Wells Fargo card, but you ain't got no damn black card. School obviously ain't going to teach you this. You know what I tell you? From pre-K to 12th graders, 14 years of schooling. And in those 14 years, you don't learn nothing about food, clothing, and shelter. They don't teach you about credit, how to build it, or how to restore it. They don't teach you none of that. That's an issue. That's a big time issue. Because by the time you're an adult, you have nothing. But let me tell you, for those of you that's at that level yet, those of you who've taken my courses, you should be just about ready to get a black card, okay? You want to make sure that your credit reports are frozen. Why do you want to make sure Why do you want to make sure that your credit reports are frozen? You want to make sure your credit reports. Oh, pardon me, not your credit reports. Pardon me. Make sure your data reports are frozen. Before y'all ask me questions about all the other stuff, walk with me with this, so I'm not moving around at random. Because I read while I'm talking to you too, which is very stimulating, right? But then when you start asking about stuff that's completely left, it just takes me off course. So make sure that your data reports are frozen, okay? Particularly the banks. That's important. And if you take If you took my courses, you understand what we mean by making sure your data reports are frozen. Okay, they shouldn't have the right to use, i.e., as an example, of course, your banking status against you. You have to create a situation where they can't use it against you. Okay, you have every legal right to say you shouldn't be denied. You have every legal right to say you should not be able to deny me of credit based on my present banking disposition or previous history. You have every right, okay, to say that. So we're not saying freeze your account. It's very simple to freeze your bank account, meaning just do something, do something illegal or weird. Your account can get frozen, okay? Do something suspect or suspicious. And sometimes with these banks, just move your money in and out quite frequently and they'll freeze your account, okay? Because they want to, it's really their money. That's how they behave a lot of times, right? So, no, we're talking about freezing your data reports. Make sure you freeze your data reports, okay? And then make sure your employment status is not, you want to make sure your employment status is not owner. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It keeps saying my video's interrupted. I don't know what's causing that. Never had this damn issue with it lately. And I'm afraid to deal with that now while we teaching. Yeah, it keeps skipping. I don't know why. But let's just go on. I know it keeps glitching. I have no idea why. It's wild because it's doing it on my end. Like every damn few seconds. It's only when I got a freaking live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. You're right. Just keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna just keep going and pretend this BS is not happening. I'll just keep unfreezing it. Let me get some of this light. Some of this light is affecting us too. Oh. Let's see. This is better. You know what? Let me. This will do. Come on. We're gonna get it in regardless. Shit's damn ridiculous to teach this information, man. I was just having a nigga conversation. Video call. I ain't had no interruptions. The whole nigga conversation. Talking some stuff I had no business talking about. Get over here and start talking about this black card. And the second I say the word black card, it just glitched again. Shit is crazy. Okay. So you want to be sure that you call from a landline. Reason why you want to call from a landline is also to limit the amount of data being tracked. We're talking about applying for the black card or getting the black card. These are some of the nuances and the particulars. You want to freeze the data assets that they got, okay? You want to make sure that your employment status is not owner. And you want to make sure to call them or communicate with them by way of a landline that's in your house. If you don't have a landline, don't sleep on the power of the landline. Get you a landline for your house. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on the power of the landline, okay? I'm going to follow up more on this black card stuff in more detail once I figure out what's the situation with this Facebook thing, because I don't like being cut off as I'm building. Let me also go into some other data that's associated with it, because I said also how to use real estate to do so, right? Well, you also, tax liens, as I told you before, is very powerful means to generate revenue. You can make monies off of people's past due delinquent property taxes. It's very important. When a person is delinquent, yeah, I know it keeps freezing. Let's just go with the flow, because this shit is. Let's pretend this ain't happening. I'm gonna keep unfreezing it. It keeps telling me your stream is being interrupted. It's telling me my video is being interrupted, and then asks me would I like to continue. I keep pressing yes, I would like to continue. I wish there was an option for would I like it to stop. I keep pressing I would like to continue, It keeps saying that my stream is being interrupted, so I keep pressing it. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do for. I'm gonna do a follow up one, but I would just want to get some of these ideas forth. I know you're not asking me how can you get in touch with me. I put it here, brotherpolite45@gmail.com. I pinned it to the top. You leave your full name and your phone number. If you need consultations, consulting takes place $200 an hour, $300 an hour in person, and I'll send you some questions to be debriefed on your specific interests and needs. In doing so, we're able to optimize the experience, so I won't have to cut into your time asking certain mundane questions. I'll be able to know what it is that you need done officially, because I would be able to make an assessment, and then I devise a curriculum of some sort for you. So it may consist of templates, URLs, just depends. In fact, the motivation for me to have this conveyance this morning was instigated by a consultation I did this morning. It was a very good consultation, very good questions. So I wanted to actually share some additional information that wasn't inclusive of the actual consultation. And that's why I came up with the title, Black People Have Every Color Card Except for Black Cards. You would think black cards is for black people. We're black, right? So they say. But obviously we're not. So the problem is credit restoration. The problem is even understanding credit. The problem is having these slim files, having little to no credit history. These are the things that's throwing us off. Okay, if you took the previous courses, you would know how to freeze your data, your banking data particularly, okay? You want to freeze your data reports, okay? You want to do that. You want to be at least 5 years in the game dealing with the banking system, 3 to 5. You know, this is the criteria that's going to empower you with the ability to get that black card. You want to have that metal card. It ain't really metal no more, unfortunately. The metal card was dope. That joint drops. You hear it ching, ching, ching. Used to drop my joint on purpose while shopping just the front. I'm like, oh, yeah, this one's metal, baby. But anyway, we'll get it in. Yes, so you can definitely start off with secured credit cards. This is a process. We're not going to say that you're going to get a black card overnight. If you've been walking with me thus far, it is very likely you can get you the black card. Okay, and if you've been following the instructions that I've been disseminating thus far, for even let alone the classes or the courses that I've been giving. Yeah, the last course is taking place August 24th. You can always play this thing back and get the information. August 24th will be the master course. Get it while you can. The price will go up by this weekday. You purchase it this weekend, it's still going to be the discount. $150 discounted rate. It's still going to be the discounted rate of $150 for the master course. So you won't share unless you take the course. You might have missed a great deal of information. What happens is when you take the course, it requires PDFs, PowerPoints, presentations, data, market analysis. It's very, very meticulous. For me to take the time out to go over some of that information, me doing all the research to explain to you step by step, me being able to respond to someone who's in Philadelphia versus somebody who's in Baltimore, who have a different jurisdictional guidelines for debt, it's not as easy to sit here and verbalize everything. Verbalizing everything can only get you so far until you have to get into intense study. What I do, is interesting. I can tell you, make sure you get 2 secured credit cards. I can tell you, make sure they have balance transfer options. I can tell you, don't spend more than 15% that of the amount of the money, no more than 15% of the amount of the credit allotted to you. I can tell you to invest in past due delinquent property taxes. And when you do the research for purchasing liens, to make sure you purchase liens that you endeavor to actually acquire the property, as opposed to getting the profit from the lien itself. If no one should redeem, you get the property. And when you get the property, then go to the bank and give them the deed and get a home equity line of credit. when getting the home equity line of credit, even if you got the worst credit score in the world, you still get about 60% of that property value. So X amount of dollars on the lien, and I'm able to get 10 times or more that of the amount of money I put up. And then I get, let's say, 60% that of that amount of money. Let's say it's $80,000, $48,000. I get home equity line of credit. I'm going to take that home equity line of credit and I'm going to get me a secured credit card, 2 of them. And I'm going to put $5,000 on one secured credit card and $10,000 on the other, minimum. Or I'm going to take two $10,000. One $10,000 for one credit card, another $10,000 for another card. And because when you get a secured credit card, you're putting your own money into that credit card so it could turn into credit. And later on, they'll give you back the money you started your credit line with. You're fronting yourself the money. But $500 may not suffice. So I would get a lien, and then I would have it where no one redeems. Should they not redeem, I'm going to take advantage of my first priority lien holder position. I'm going to then get a HELOC. I'm going to access those monies, and I'm going to allocate some of those monies into my secured credit. I'm going to do my little 6-month trial to show I can be trusted with credit, having fronted myself the money. Then I get and it's going to be credit the whole time. It's going to be considered a credit card. But when that trial's over, it officially becomes the credit card. Now I got a $10,000 credit card and a $5,000. To the credit bureaus, it looked like I was approved of $10,000. I was approved of $5,000, even though it was my 15 grand. And I did this starting out with 2 or 3,000. Now, the problem with all this information is this is how we use in real estate and leveraging our abilities in real estate, or opportunities in real estate to get towards that black card and credit restoration in general, or building. The problem is for the person that says, oh, so we have to pay $150 for the course or $225 to get this information? Yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you sat here and you didn't even apply all the free information I've been giving you, but then guess what? When I say you want to freeze your data, particularly your bank data, you say, how you do that? See, that's a course, and I actually taught it already. So I'm going to say, of course, pun intended, that's more meticulous, okay? That's more meticulous. That's where I take the time and I stretch this information out so you can see it step by step. And then it varies depending on different people. So me sitting here, giving you answers like I do now, people always override what I'm teaching to talk about what I charge. Yo, fam, do what I'm telling you. That's for free. That's going to empower you. I'm telling you the game. Now, if there's nuances and particulars, you want me to take the time out of my life to go through it, though I told you what to do and you can research the rest of it yourself and do it yourself. The only reason those classes are there is to make sure you don't make an error in judgment or decision making, or there may be gray areas. Because no matter how much I say something, there's always a unique question someone has, because people have unique situations and circumstances that need to be catered to. Okay? So the goal is to get the damn black card. That's the goal. I'm not talking about no Russell Simmons card. Please, stop this, man. By black card, we're talking about having an infinite amount of credit at your disposal so you can go do what you got to do. I'm talking about investing with that, though. I'm not talking about getting that so we could buy a bunch of shoes and a dope, seriously dope house and all that. I'm not talking about that. But no, the joints that they make in metal, some people still issue black cards in metal. The thing that goes ching ching when it falls. Okay, it's not part of our conversations, and I can tell it's not part of our conversations. One, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. Here's the reason for the course. Why do I say pay for the course? Because I would like to have conversations where I could just teach. A lot of times I get pulled back when I'm having the free classes because someone doesn't understand what I mean. Sometimes people don't understand when I say make sure your data reports are frozen. Now I got to stop and explain that. I may say make sure your data reports are frozen. You don't understand that. I may say, yo, make sure you have a landline phone when you call the credit bureau, you call to apply for the black card. You may not understand that. Make sure you're not considered an owner. Okay? On your employment status, make sure you're not considered an owner. Make sure your data reports are frozen. Make sure you have a landline and you use the landline when speaking to these credit bureaus or the people issuing the credit. See, now every time I say stuff like that, I got to stop and explain what that is. If you took the courses, I'm going to show you the actual reverse. I'm going to tell you this. The actual real value is in the free classes. The courses get you up. So when I teach the free classes, you ain't got to ask questions. Because really, when I teach the free classes, a lot of times, I just like to fly off at the mouth with the information, get in and get out of there. Because I have to teach at some point where it's presumed people know so I could cover more ground. When I teach the courses, I'm not teaching with the presumption that people know. When I'm doing the free classes, people who know that they got to pay for a course don't want me to teach under the presumption people know, because then they're going to ask questions in between. They ask all these questions in between to catch up. So guess what? There's no time where I have the opportunity to just teach what I know consistently, because somebody's always saying, but how you do that? But what's this? So how do you solve that problem? Because the how you do that and the why is infinite. You can keep asking why. You can keep asking about how do you do this, or where do you go to do that? So that's what you pay for. But I'm going to tell you, when my free streams, when I don't deviate like I'm doing now on my free streams and I just shoot, boom, make sure you have first priority lien holder. Again, I say make sure you get first priority lien holder position when you purchase your tax liens. What does first priority lien holder position mean? See, taught that in the UCC course, taught that in the tax lien course, taught that already. But I got to keep going back, because the guy who wants the information for free doesn't want to come out their pocket and spend the $150 to be caught up, so I can have a conversation where you don't have to be like, damn. Because sometimes it's annoying when you're like, yo, I know that part, but shit, he got to go back now to explain that part to this one. And when you have thousands of people paying attention to the information, what happens is it could become a nuisance, because everybody at every different level at some point is like, yo, can you just keep teaching? But at every level, there's a stop where even those people say, yo, what is that one, though? So there got to be a class one day where things can just be taught under the presumption people know. And so with my free streams, I like to use the free streams a lot of times simply to teach what I know without this type of venting or filibustering. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to have it one or the other. And the way I teach is in reverse, because I think very differently. So I tend to believe the most valuable classes I give are free. And I believe the cheapest classes are the ones that I sell. The cheapest classes are longer, way more intense and in-depth. That's a fact. But oftentimes you'll find where you're at. If I could teach straight and you don't get lost, or you have an understanding, or you could find, okay, he taught straight through for 30 minutes. At the 8 to 12 minute mark is where it was a gray area. I know what I need to go. At that point, you can say between 8 and 12 minutes, that's where I need the research. That's the value in the free class, because you can listen to it. You say, oh, you know what? I need a consultation right there. If I get my consultation right there, then I think I could just keep moving forward. That's how you use the free streams when I teach. Yeah? No, data freeze, credit freeze, two different things. You want a data freeze, okay, where consumer data aggregates can't pinpoint the information. Those of you that just came in, please forgive the off and on freeze, and I have no idea why it's doing this on Facebook. I just was on a video call. I did a video consultation. I ain't have none of these issues. And I don't want to go into the conspiracies, though. They're circulating in my mind. I don't have these issues when I'm doing religious debates. I only have these issues when I'm teaching on economics. This is the third time in a row I've had consistent freezing when the subject economically based. But yeah, black people got every color card except for black cards. So it's just love. It's just love. And I'm not yelling, but somebody always is the one that says, hey, well, oh, so you're not going to teach unless we pay? Yo, fam, do you know how in-depth this information is? Why are you not mad at the public school system for wasting 14 years of your life? And then another great aspect to the conversation, yeah, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brother, POLIJST45@gmail.com is actually there. You can pin it to the top. Okay? And you leave your phone number and your full name if you want consulting. That's per hour, 200 an hour, 300 in person. I was actually able to slip in 2 free consulting opportunities in New York. It was interesting because I bumped into one person who paid for one over the phone, and I bumped into him. And I said, so long as you're able to hang out with me as I'm making my next move, because I got about an hour and 20 minutes to that place, you could roll. And he hopped in the Wraith and he rolled. I was like, I just want you. You must be warned. I'm going into the hood. Yeah, so yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, so I don't mind. I believe we should give a lot of information to our people for free, up until the point it starts to be a burden. When it becomes burdensome, sometimes people gotta be compensated. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I hate the fact that I sell my consultations for 200. I hate the fact I sell it for 300. Sometimes it's 500 or more, depending. But I sell it for that amount. And it's not because I'm selling it. It's because for that little bit of money, I hate that. Because me giving a whole hour over the phone is just not the case. Because when someone pays for a consultation from me, when I send them some questions to make an evaluation about what it is they need done, I'm working when I'm not talking. And then I devise a curriculum for them. And then when I say, hey, let's do it on such and such date, based on the data that they gave me, I'm able to really speak to the narrative that's called their life and their circumstances. And so I'm working twofold. So I'm being paid for more than an hour. And I'm sharing information that I spent money on, that I lost money, came out easy, didn't make as much money with, realized that's not all of that. Realized in order for me to really profit off of that, I need more money. So I wasted my money coming in at the entry level with the little $50, $100 Forex trading price, shit like that. So after I've done gone through all these different experiences, after I went through these experiences, I get to talk to somebody for a whopping $200. Sometimes I be hating like, God, I spent all this money on error so I could give this person the game for 200 an hour, 200 an hour. Not to mention, I'm studying their disposition prior to speaking to them, so I could give them a more accurate account of what to do, how to do it. And then you got to consider, I could have hustled and been like, yo, pay me the consultation. Let's do it right now. When I say let's do it right now, I'm going to ask you all the stuff I need to really know for the first 30, 40 minutes. 20 minutes come, oh man, you probably going to need to pay for another hour. See, I'm smart enough to pull that. And many wouldn't be the wiser. But it's not that deep because I'm making bread. For me, the problem is when I charge, people don't see the donation in what I'm doing. And that to me is very offensive. Because you got to consider, if somebody spent their own monies and came up short several times over, a lot of people don't want to give nobody game because all the burden, all the obstacles that was put before them, they don't even want to share the game with no one by the time they start seeing a little light of day because they don't even think it's fair. It's like studying for a test and then you could show up to school and all the people didn't study. They knew they had the benefit of copying off of you. They knew, hey, I ain't going to apply myself. I'm just going to steal off this person's. I'm going to copy this person's answers. And they don't even tell you they intend to copy off your test. They wait till the day of and say, yo, fam, you give me questions 1 to 30. I'm like, bro, there's 29 questions on the test. 30 damn answers. Like, fam, let's be for real. So, and some of you were pressured into do it, but this is the real adult world, so no one's pressured to do this. So a lot of black people won't even share the information with you because they went through so much trials just to get past go. They're like, man, you know what? You got to get past go too. Facts. So you're blessed when someone says, you know what? I've been through the pitfalls and the shortcomings, but I share something with you. I ain't asking you to be a rocket scientist. I'm just saying, a lot of black people, I'm going to tell you something about our people. Sidebar. This is what we got to use this stream for as it keeps cutting off and on. I'm going to tell you something about our people that's interesting. Our people want to see you do every damn thing. and see that it works so they can cheat off the test. Our people want you to study at night, for you not to go out and party, for you not to go out and entertain the sports world, the music world, the entertainment world in general, while you over there putting the pressure on yourself, while you over there envisioning the goal and facilitating the same. They out there partying, they out there playing, and they just check up on you. You still studying? And then when test day arrives, everyone finds out that you're intelligent. Everyone finds out that you're smart. And really, they were smart the whole time too. They just didn't apply themselves like you did. Damn near everybody was just as smart. They just didn't apply themselves like you. But everyone knows you apply yourself. So now that we know you apply yourself, what they do as grown adults? Yo, fam, just check and see if that works out with the brother. And if it works out, and I'm going to get on. Hit me up and I'm going to get on. Just let me know. They just want to see it all works, right? That's what they say. But they don't want to put their money up. They let you put your money up. They're disrespecting you. They playing that sucker shit. They want you to hold the Lizzie bag so you can put the clothes in when you go on boosting. Because you're young, so if you get caught, we don't have to do the same amount of time that we old folks got to do. So you hold the bag. You hold the clothes and shirts. And if you get away with it, we're going to come see you on the other side, and we're going to take some of the clothes. We're going to let you keep some of the clothes, even though you stole all of them. I'm from the hood. I know exactly. I know sucker shit when I hear it. I know sucker shit when I hear it. So you ain't going to have me holding the bag, because I did. And while y'all throwing all the clothes, hopefully I don't get caught when y'all watch and see if I get out. Then you turn around, take the clothes, and let me keep some of everything that I took. About to make me curse, man. About to make me curse. So that's what our people are doing. They want you to hold the damn Lizzie bag. You know, Lizzie poppers, the Lizzies, it goes off, it sets off the alarm, them little beige-looking things, those pins that be stuck on the clothes. We call them Lizzies out here in New York. The Lizzie bags are the bags where the alarms don't go off. You should be able to walk through that scanner and the alarm don't go off. But if it do, your ass is grass, because that bag is filled with merchandise you ain't paid for. But needless to say, there's some brothers on the other side just waiting for you. Oh, man, good looking. Give you 5. Yo, you want some french fries? You're lucky if you get that. Yo, good looking. Yo, you keep this shirt, this one. And they on the streets. They wearing the clothes and selling them. Marked up prices and everything. However, it's the same thing with the knowledge. Yo, fam, what you think about this brother? Yo, you think that works? I got an idea. You figure it out. I'm watching. But if that shit's lit, yo, I'm going to throw my money in there too. Yo, how's that thing going? They'll tell you, yo, it's going too slow. Man, you spent your bread. Yo, that's moving too slow. I don't know. And, you know, they get in your head. Next thing you know, yo, Polight, I just want to fall back, you know. Now I'm the bank. Now Negroes got you scary. Now I'm the bank. Now you can go to me and ask for the money back that you paid for services for. Now I done paid people on my end to get the job done. Now I got to hold that. Then I got to deal with the other people. Hey, you for black people, why you charging in the first place? Negro, just say you ain't got the money and you frustrated. So I could direct you to something else. Don't disrespect me. Because you ain't disrespect the white man when he got you in debt for $30,000 in student loan. You ain't disrespect the black woman who works in collusion with the white man to get you in child support. Huh? But you mad at me for $200 an hour. You mad at me for charging $5,000. You mad at me for charging $10,000. But every time that dollar amount goes up, you make that much more bread. Facts. Because I'm the type, every time I made money, I just kept throwing it somewhere just to see what it was. I understand it's an illusion, so it's going to keep coming. So I just kept throwing it places per my research. I'm studying in preparation for the money that will come. So long as you study in preparation for the money, it'll come. While everybody was out here, yo, I got to make this money. I was studying how to save it when they were studying how to make it. Me learning how to save money and how to grow money that was not in my possession gave me my abundance. People studying to preference how to make money before they learn how to sustain it or grow it when they have it. They just kept returning the money back to sender. You feel what I'm saying? So I magnetized the money to me just by studying how to keep it when it arrives. and how to make it more abundant now that it's here. I study in reverse. I just watch how the system teach you. And I'm not with that. Yo, applying for jobs. People like, yo, I'm out here applying for jobs. Yo, I'm not lazy. I apply for 30 jobs. You better be more calculative, because every time you fill out a job application, about 8, 9 out of 10 times you fill out an application, they check your credit report. Your credit score is on decline because you applied for too many damn jobs. It's a setup. Because they know entrepreneurs ain't going around applying for jobs left and right. It's a setup. Entrepreneurs ain't randomly asking for credit cards either. It's a setup. Feel me? Are you capable to school without racial insult? I have no idea what that means. That's a very weird question, the way it's presented. I have no idea what you're talking about. So the first goal, so people be like, man, Polight, you be talking about making millions of dollars and black cards and everything. You know, I'm just trying to make this much money. I ain't got no time for no underachieving Negroes. So don't call me unless you want to make millions. Don't call me unless you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't call me, because that just sounds like, man, you can't fathom a reality where you do that, but you're going to turn around and tell me that you're a king or you're a queen, you're an empress. I don't want to hear it. I don't got time to talk to people about that, because my world doesn't revolve around small bucks no more. So why am I talk to my people about small bucks? I'm talking about big bucks. Now, I ain't say you got to have hundreds of thousands of dollars on you. If I said that, I understand the frustration. But you need to learn about that world. Otherwise, you're going to be one of those people that when you finally make $1 million, you don't realize the tax man wants at least 350 grand of it. So you don't make $1 million until you make your second $1 million. 529 account, boom. Or I could get a custodial account, open up one for my child, so long as it's less than $250,000, that can't be corrupted. Or that doesn't need tax. Oh, I could set up a cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement. A cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement plan, a QRP, a qualified retirement plan. Oh, I could defer the taxes over there. And then I could find out how to keep taking increments of $250,000 over 4 times, where taxes is moot or taxes is null and void. Imagine that. So now my brain is positioned, okay, per every 250 grand, there's several things I can do to either defer taxes or make them irrelevant. See? But who cares? Because in many of our worlds, we're not going to make $1 million. So who cares? See? That's the stuff I can't be part of those conversations with people. So that is likened to people saying, you're using too many big words. Talk to your people where they understand you. And I'm like, yo, if I'm using words they don't understand, that's the beauty of the growth process. Now they know to look it up. It becomes more empowering as you hear a person speak, because then you realize, if you haven't heard these words before, you haven't been in the right circles before. So this live stream is putting you in the right circle. So if you don't know what amelioration and restitution is, you're telling me I got a real estate license. I don't know what none of these things mean. You know, I'm ignorant myself. So people will be like, hey, I work in the hospitality industry. And then I find out, oh, you clean beds. They teach you how to say things to make it. They learn how to magnify what you're doing so you can feel like what you're doing is greater than it really is. Now, if you was cleaning your own hotel up, no problem. You clean somebody else's, make the money and get out of it eventually. So someone said you don't need a real estate license. Yeah, you know, but it depends what the subject matter is for us to say something like that. The reason why I brought it up is because school has a tendency to teach you what other people don't know that you don't necessarily need. School has a tendency to teach you what you don't know that you don't necessarily need. But then credential you. They'll give you credentials for what you didn't know that most don't know that you don't really need. So you go to school to get in the banking industry so you can become a teller. But then I talk to the teller and they don't have a clue about an irrevocable trust. But the United States has ran hundreds of trusts. The United States has ran on hundreds of trusts. But the average person don't know what a trust is, what it's for, and how it contrasts to LLCs or Type B gift companies, private gift companies, S corps, PIH, etc., etc. But for some reason, you work in the banking industry. Yo, I'm in the real estate industry. You know, I got my real estate license. So I say, yo, you deal with familiarization and restitution of properties? Huh? Okay, you know how to generate a security agreement? What? Okay, abbreviated version of the same. UCC? You know what UCC 1 is? UCC 3, UCC 9? Huh? Now, how on earth did you get credentialed in anything real estate and learn nothing or don't know how to fill out your own UCCs when it's prerequisite to damn near every real estate transaction? How on earth, we got to have a conversation about that. How on earth are you qualified to do anything in real estate if you don't know how to fill out a UCC 1? If you don't know how to fill out a UCC 1, then by default, you don't know what a security agreement is, which is supposed to preface this UCC 1. But many people tell you, I got my UCC. Bro, be like, I got my UCC done. I'm like, oh, let me see the security agreement. Huh? Yo, this is crazy. Once I start doing the knowledge, I start to really realize how crazy the world is. It's nuts. They always make you, but they charge you tens of thousands of dollars to half step. And then they make you go in debt for the half step. It wasn't even a full pivot move. They pump faking the whole way. Yeah, I'm going to teach you this and teach that. Then you'll get a job and you'll be better than all the people that are in the college. Come on, you ain't see what they did with that Rich Paul rule that they just recently revoked because everybody got on the NCAA? They were saying, man, you can't get any services rendered to you from an agent that doesn't have credentials or college education. Because you got people who never went to college now making big money in the agent industry. And so school is so important and their information is so exclusive and college information is so imperative or so integral to your success that they had to create a rule to say, yo, we're not allowing people who don't have college degrees to use this industry. All that told me was all that told me was college doesn't really have anything to offer. If they got to start banning people who don't have college degrees from being able to solicit the same service. Because first of all, you going to college is supposed to make you so proficient that if a person didn't go to college, there'd be no way for them to compete with you. And I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. I'm about to curse. But I'll tell you this. When it comes to many things, not all things, pertaining to real estate, pertaining to insurance, or just generating wealth, amassing wealth, wealth stewardship, generational wealth, I'm going to tell you this. I have spoke with a lot of the best of them, and they can't F with me. I don't want to be using them negative words, but I had to come close. They cannot mess with me. And I oftentimes wonder, what were they teaching you when you went to school? Real talk. What the heck are they teaching people? What are you being taught? You spent all that money. Why do I have the edge? I don't have the edge. Why do I have a whole block worth of information? Why do I have acres of information over you? That's why. I'm not saying they don't know what I don't know. I'm not saying they don't know something I don't know. I'm saying a lot of what they know is useless. I know it's useless. I know it's useless because I got more money than them. I know it's useless because in order for them to get that information, they had to be credentialed in that industry to get a job and still don't know how to empower themselves. I dropped out of school 10th grade. It made my focus on don't tell me nothing I can't use. A lot of times you go to school, they don't teach you the application of the knowledge, the history of the knowledge. They don't teach you the application of the knowledge, they teach you the history of the knowledge. The nuances, some of the particulars, but not how it ever applies to you. It's just like when you went to science class. You might have learned about blood types, but you might have learned about blood, you probably didn't learn too much about blood types, and you learned little to nothing about haplogroups. That's how they do it. You went to home ec, you might have learned how to make a pizza, but you didn't learn too much about pH, and you didn't learn what foods are more conducive to your genetic constitution, your genotype. That's how they do you. You have music class, but they don't use instruments. You have art class, they don't teach you how to draw. Maybe an apple and shade it in 3 different types of shades and then blend it in with your finger, and now it looks 3-dimensional. But I mean, you really want to become an architect or something like that, you're going to have to go to college and put yourself in debt. And compete amongst many people who will never really be able to exceed expectations, because now it's too many people who want to be part of the same thing, lacking the knowledge thereof. So yeah, it's brotherpolight45@gmail.com if you're interested in consulting. The conscious advisory is when I'm coaching you month to month until we get those results. And then you have the course that's coming up. Don't forget the master course, because to get a lot of this information, because like I said, with the master course, it fills in the gaps. So when I do these free streams, you don't have to go, but what that mean? 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 You can take more advantage of the free stream and just let me teach. And that's for everyone's benefit, because I've elected to not stop on a lot of my streams when it comes to teaching, because fluidity is everything. The master course is $150, discounted rate. And this weekend it's going to $225. It is August 24th for the master class. Simply email. Gotta follow instructions. Good brothers and sisters. The email is there for a reason. Yeah, I would love to do a course for kids. Depends if the people are ready for it. I would love to teach a course for kids, because the adults can use the advice and the information to make money, but the goal is to get the children to add some income to the house. So while you're out there slaving, they could be having fun, playing video games, making money. My daughter just turned 13 years old. We had a very serious conversation about, because by the time your child's 13 years old, they should have at least 3 income streams. And by the time 16, they should have about 6 income streams. By the time your child is 19, they should be en route at the very least to 9 income streams. They should be en route. So at 13 years old, they should have 3 income streams. By 16, they should have 6. And by the time they're 19, they should be en route to at least 9. The 9 income streams, that's the goal. Yep. So that master course definitely going to empower you with the credit data and the insurance data and the trust data. We got to get it in. We got to get it in. But yeah, if you learned this earlier, you enjoy yourself. So I be telling my daughter, and I homeschool, so I'm at liberty and luxury to be able to take her where I go, because I have a lot of basketball friends and people that box. The way my daughter's designed, she's designed like me. She's just a better version of myself. So I've already taught her how to be when opportunities afford themselves to you, as opposed to being shy about it. So she commissions everybody that knows something she's interested in to teach her. And because she has requested it, sometimes I'll be like, oh, she's doing it too good. Goodness gracious. And then I looked at it and I'm like, yo, look at that. So many people have said yes and followed through, that had she not said something, it would never happen. So TTP, TTMP. Talk to people after that, talk to more people. In fact, that's a good idea. I may just take y'all up on that. I may do a course and teach it with my daughter. And my daughter can show you the stuff that she's making monies off of. That'd be real cool. Multiple incomes in a household is great. I'm not one that's going to tell you, don't tax your children. Yo, my daughter, man, sometimes she making more money than me. I'm like, yo, listen, lunch is on you, and so are these phone bills. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. People are like, oh man, you taking money from your child. I was always against that until my child started making more money than me. I'm like, come on. I'm like, yo, listen. But all jokes aside, there's nothing wrong if you teach your child how to participate in some of the responsibilities called bills, especially if they're young. Not talking, hey, you're 17, man. If you want to stay in here, I'm not talking about force. I'm talking about getting this thing right. But if your child is 17, it doesn't matter. You need to start buying these courses for your children, man, and let them get involved. So yeah, I got some real simple things that the youth can make money off of. And it's a start. It doesn't have to be I guarantee you they will be multi-millionaires because you'll be acclimating them to business science and administration without the debt that comes with it when you send them to college. So we talking about everything from the type of accounts that you set up for them on their behalf. Then they get older and they realize that's the type of account they need to set up for their children on their behalf. How do they know? From experience, not from reading. Because we rely on them to write for us to read. If we rely on them to write something for us to read about it, the publication won't be put forth. It'd be damn near a secret even if it's publicly online somewhere. You gotta hope you bump into somebody that knows, and then that book may be filled with so much filler because you probably only need 5-7 pages that you gotta read 200-300, and you get bored and you miss the whole point. Yeah, so your children should have at least 3 income streams. Any of you have a child and they don't have 3 income streams, be responsibly ashamed. Don't beat. We understand nobody set us up right. So don't beat yourself up like you're a bad person. Commission yourself through a form of shame, high form of intelligence, depending on how you shame yourself. And that's to say, yo, make yourself more accountable and say, you know what? I need to find out how to do this, or have them learn as you learn. Have your children. So, yeah, maybe I was supposed to do this last course, but that's a good idea. Maybe have a spouse, like relationship, and posterity class. You know, a class for couples to make money together and for children to make money together with their parents. A parent relationship course. That'd be dope. I'll consider that. And we'll make it's filled with information that's easy to assimilate, put forth. Man, Quentin Hayward, my daughter, has taught me what I taught her and better. That may be a weird answer, but I've taught her things, and I've taught my daughter so many things that she has made applicable in real time. She made me realize I was either not being aggressive enough about it or wasn't taking it as serious. Because the results that she's yielded from advice that I've given her or direction has empowered me to the point where I'm like, yo, I need to use my advice. She's running with it. Children will do that. Children are supposed to excel at what you give them and make you double back like, yo, I'm not doing as good with this information as she is. I need to get back on my bike. She's amazing. She's amazing. Man, it's like, I mean, she does everything too. She's using the opportunity that she has from being homeschooled to do everything. I mean, she's doing soccer, she's doing Tai Chi, she's doing basketball, boxing, tennis, and I don't stop her. You know why? Get it all out your system so you know what you really like. So I encourage the behavior for her to do as much as she feels like doing. Thank goodness she feels like doing a lot, because then we got to look at behavior and say, with all this freedom of choice you got, why are you not using it? She got so much freedom of choice, we have to tell her, maybe you need to scale it down. You always got a practice or activity coming up every time we turn. Word. It's a fact. And then with the reading, it's dope, because my whole thing is I want her to know every organ in her body and why it functions that way and where it's at. See, when she's boxing, she learns. It's the kidneys, it's the ribs. So it's good because then we're able to melt the information in. You want to hurt someone, you punch them directly. If you want to break something, you punch upwards. You know, like she knows so much stuff, is ridiculous, man. And she's real technical, so she asks questions that even her trainers and instructors be like, wow, that's deep. So she gets so much out of every experience because she's starting from a young age with all the right, well, I'm not going to say with all, but with many of the right ideas and approaches. That's right. Love is law, family is business. You go to universities, you don't learn nothing about the universe. Who figured? You should be ontologist when you come out of there. Ontologist. Look that word up. Yeah, so it's been a great stream. I apologize for it cutting in and out so much. I'm going to see if I can troubleshoot and get that resolved. But at this particular moment in time, this is what it is. Let me see. That's Felicia. Thanks for listening. As far as the credit is concerned, very good. I appreciate you. Very good. Stay on their necks like they on ours. So yeah, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com for consulting, conscious advisory, all the courses. And I'll be on deck. If you send those correspondences now, it will be responded to. It becomes harder to as they begin to accumulate. Then your email goes lower and lower in the list, and then it winds up with all the other ones that didn't get captured. We will always contact you nonetheless eventually. You know, I like to contact people directly too because I like giving people the respect of them knowing that I make myself accessible. So every day I call like 10 people on a strength minimum. I squeeze it in if I'm on the road or at an airport or something. But, you know, we do what we can. But none of I have other admin. They get it in, and I think that's super dope. Let's look at that. Curtis Barner. Let me screenshot. Hold on. Damn. Curtis Barner. That. Curtis Barner said, you did a free, powerful one. Last year, my credit was 500. Now it's 690. Good look, King. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm loving these testimonials coming in through this chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's free. And the second I mention money, people be like, oh, man, you don't even know what you're missing and you're complaining about it. You didn't take the course. Why are you ignoring the free information? The free info, I'm telling you, is more valuable than the one. I know that sounds like the opposite of the business, science and strategy, because it's like, why is he saying the free classes is worth more than the one you pay for? Doesn't he want to make money? Of course I do. But the reality is, when you pay for the free classes, you're able to understand. When you pay for the courses, you can sit here and coast on the free classes and find out what level you're on and where you need to make your adjustments. And not necessarily with me. You can make those adjustments through your own self-study or whatever medium you choose. But a lot of times I be going ham on these free classes, especially when I disregard the comments and I just teach. What is this? Oh, okay. All sorts of stuff. All right, I can only keep on freezing this for so long. It's starting to become part of my program. So now, when I start teaching, I'm gonna be wanting to constantly keep. I gotta get this thing out of here. This is crazy. Yeah, so it happens. We love ya. Thank you so much. The free classes are online. Master course. One is coming up August 24th. The rest have already been done with corresponding PDFs. When you're ready, we send it right to you. Okay? You watch the protein versus plant. Rich Stacks. Thanks, King. Appreciate you, Rich Stacks. Do you got Instagram? I might have just been looking at your Instagram. I'm not sure. But appreciate that. Yes, Roman Williams. Peace to the brother Roman Williams. Guy I've been at liberty to mentor. Definitely consult. Met him directly. He's doing amazing things. My man is making $500 plus a day. Because he went out there and he found him some mentors, man. Because we understand that we get coaches when we play basketball and trainers when we box. Coaches for basketball, trainers when we box. Psychologists or therapists for relationships. Guidance counselors for school. When it comes to this money, we don't got no type of mentor or coaching. We just supposed to wing that. Everything else demands somebody with some knowledge and experience, so we don't make certain errors along our way. But when it comes to money, we have nobody in that corner. Salute to Roman Williams. You know, the brother came out, saw me in person in California before I flew out. Another time around. Bought some books as well. Did a great job. That in-person consultation. And to see his growth and where he's at today has me very proud, man. I'm proud of you, Brother Roman. I'm proud of you. Look forward to seeing you again when I get back into LA. I'm proud of you. So that Brother Roman Williams, he has a lot of knowledge he can share. He's very, very smart, very powerful, very wise. He's learned how to make a lot of money, so much so that when he's in sleep, when he wakes up, his account has that much. When he wakes up, his account has that much more money. Very, very powerful brother. I'm sure he's over 500 a day now, but proud of you. Many of us, for whatever reason, think we're not entitled to make this right money. You're entitled to make that much. Freak that. I'm gonna tell you, you're entitled to be wealthy. It's gonna be my next stream. You are entitled to be rich. We got false sense of entitlement to other people's stuff. Where's our entitlement to being royal? Man, I'm tired of the small talk and the small thinking. Don't talk to me unless you're looking to do it big. I ain't got no conversations. Yo, Polight, I ain't about the money. Don't talk to me. I ain't about the money, I just want a little bit of money. There's somebody else. Talk to somebody else about that little bit of money. I ain't got no time for that. With these economic woes they looking to put on our head, this next tax quarter or cycle, listen, we recession bound. I ain't got no time for that. Good brother there, man. It's all love, man. Just show people love. It doesn't make me insecure. I say he's great and he knows what he's doing. I say he's making good money. Oh, wow, you sending people his way. I'm just saying, it's true. He know what he's doing. Doesn't bother me none. There's billions of people on the planet. I ain't got to fight to stop somebody from making money. I focus on me just making bread. When I help give other people abundance, I become abundant myself. Facts. If only more of our people understood this. You got people hoarding the information, safeguarding it, not giving it up. The more I give up, the more I gain. That's how it works. The same thing with material possessions. I only want to have it so I can let it go. That's what I teach. If you don't burn out your desires, your desires will burn you out. Sayings of Brother Polight. Yeah, they can keep playing around with the secure party credit. That secure party creditor information changed my life. Helped. It was the catalyst to my abundance. So peace to you. Remember, brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Brother POLIGHT 45@gmail.com. Just leave your full name, your phone number, and subject it. Whether it's consultation, which is $200 an hour, $300 in person. Courses, which is $150. It will be $225 coming up, and so forth and so on. We love you. Take care. Peace and many blessings.